Welcome back to Fatality Field in Arizona for the Tuesday Night Spectacular. Mike St. Green back with me as we've got Tyler Falk and Chris Curtis back at SFL Studios. Gerald Smith and Stephen Hacker here on Stats. If you remember last night, as Leo Morris returns that up to the 34-yard line, DJ Moses with that touchdown just before the end of the quarter got us our first points on the board. Made it 7-0. We kind of saw a first quarter we weren't expecting, Mike St. Green, as it was Arizona kind of coming out passing. Ashley Jackson 2 for 5 for 17 yards. And Portland came out running the ball a little bit more, 44 yards, 9 carries for Love. 7-0, still early. Welcome back.
It was going to be interesting to see how Portland responds, but everyone was saying, what happened? What happened last night? What happened was, Cam, everyone found out that I was here. They tuned in, overloaded the circuits, and the game froze a little bit, but we're back again tonight.
Overloaded the circuits. Love, the circus is more of a, that's not a Freudian slip, or maybe it is. I don't know what that is. 2-yard game for Ezekiel Love, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it really is going to be interested to see if Portland opens it up a little bit. This is a team that scored over 30 points in 6 of their first 8 games. We're going to see if this offense can open it up.
So far, Arizona's defense, great point, Mike. Arizona's defense has been pretty spot on with the fleet, but Ezekiel Love can break out at any time. He picks up 7. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1, but, man, didn't we just get here? That's the end of the first quarter. Portland 0, Arizona 7. Key game out west just before both teams get on a bye. You're watching the Tuesday Night Spectacular, presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube.
Yeah, great start for Arizona, holding that Fleet offense down. But, man, the Fleet, they've really been pounding the rock at them. We're probably going to see another run here, Cam.
3rd one, they got the heavy look at him. 8 on or around the line of scrimmage here for Arizona. They'll give it off to Love. Love's got a lane off the right side and picks up a 1st down to keep the drive alive. That Portland Fleet line, Jay Warren, Randy Fatt III, Tyler Spencer, Jaden Taylor, one of the best lines in the SFL. They have kept Jive upright, given plenty of lanes for Love in the run game as well this season. Jive to throw. He'll dump it off to Love. That's Love's 2nd catch of the ball game. He'll pick up 3 this time, had 5 on the first drive for Portland last night.
We're kind of seeing Portland open it up a little bit. I would like to see Israel Adams get involved in this offense. He's a big playmaker for this team. Let's see if they can open it up with the receivers.
2nd down and 7 now. Split backs in the backfield for Portland. And the handoff goes to Love once again. Love picks up a couple. I think the most surprising thing in this first half, Mike, is we really haven't seen a lot of activity out of this brilliant wide receiver and tight end core. It's been a lot of Love.
Yeah, they are really staying conservative, Cam. I'm really kind of surprised at that. I don't know if maybe they're trying to neutralize that great Arizona defensive line.
Trying to set him up for something deep down the field. Jive trying to take advantage. Jive, deep drop back. Now fires. Oh, it's caught by Israel Adams. A one-hand snag. That's how you enter the stat sheet. IA, 1st down, Portland.
Yeah, that was a great job getting Israel Adams involved. That's what these guys needed to do, open it up a little bit and test out that Arizona secondary.
And Ryan Davis was wide open, too. By the way, per Eddie Gage's interception last night, the first for Arizona since week 1. They have struggled to force turnovers this season, although they've gotten plenty of stops, and the defense is much improved over their week 1 game against the San Diego Mavericks. Ryan Davis, who was wide open on the previous play, didn't get a target. He goes in motion, followed by the slot corner. Hamburger on a trap. Love right through the gap, but he is quickly put down by Nathaniel Diggs, his first tackle, a gain of just a yard.
Yeah, great job of Nathaniel Diggs filling that hole right there. Arizona was in a man defense package, and that was a great run defense by Diggs.
SFL historians will have to look this up. I can't remember the last time we played a game on a Tuesday. Maybe the first one ever, as Jive drops to throw. Jive, clean pocket. 4 men rush. Everybody else drop back. That pass incomplete, and I think it kicked off of a heel of maybe Parker Thomas. A crazy bounce out of the back of the end zone to bring up 3rd and 9, our inside field goal range.
That offensive line gave Jive a ton of time on that one, Cam, but great play by Parker Thomas to break it up and bring up a big 3rd down.
4 receivers, and they are tall and lanky off the left of Jive here. 3rd down and 9. They need the 17.5 for a 1st down. They roll strong side. Jive fires, caught, 1st down. Israel Adams down to the 14-yard line. Thomas on the tackle, but Portland moving the football on their first drive of the resumed play.
This is a great response by the Fleet. They're getting Israel Adams involved in this drive, a couple of catches, and they're right here in the red zone looking to hope to tie this game up.
This drive started about 40 seconds to go in the first quarter, so you're looking at already about a 3-minute drive and counting. Portland's in the red zone. And Jive going to drop the throw against a late blitz. Jive end zone intercepted by Eddie Gage. He's got 2 tonight and returns it out to the 2. 1st down, Arizona. He has stepped up big in the first half.
A great defense by the Scorpions there, Cam. They brought a linebacker blitz. Eddie Gage with great coverage on the slot right there. Perfect position. Picks the hip. It's the 2nd pick of the game, but Eddie Gage, no return.
Jive now 4 of 8 for 42 yards, 2 picks, both to Eddie Gage. And man, Arizona making up for lost time with his defense forcing turnovers. Portland coming in was 4th in the SFL in red zone scoring percentages. Moses isn't going to get much of anything, maybe a yard. They converted 96.5% of their trips in the red zone into points, including 21 touchdowns, 5th in the league.
That Fleet offense has been amazing, but that Arizona defense, they've really been, turning it up the past couple weeks. They kind of struggled early on in the season, as you mentioned. Only 1 turnover up until tonight, and they're doing a great job.
Oh, man, they almost had Moses in the backfield, but Moses is going to scamper for a 1st down about the 19-yard line.
Arizona may have figured something out here on the ground, Cam. They kind of came out earlier in the first quarter last night, kind of going 5 wide, spreading it out, but they're going back to their basics, feeding the ball to DJ Moses, and he responds with a great run.
Moses up to 103 on 9. He's averaging 6 yards a carry, 1,122 yards this season as they hand it off to Moses one more time, picks up 8. Moses 3, count them 3, 200-yard rushing performances, his strongest, a 254 outing against Indianapolis.
Yeah, this is the Arizona Scorpions offense that we're accustomed to seeing, pound the rock with DJ Moses. He's explosive as well as we've seen on a couple of runs, and then when he doesn't have it, short yardage, they're going to go with Williams.
Under 6 to go in a low-scoring first half, 7-0 Arizona. Moses actually caught up in the backfield. That was nicely done by Brody Gulch. Off the edge, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, great defense by the Fleet right there to force this really early, critical 3rd down, Cam. See if they can get off the field right here, force a punt, and try to put points on the board the next time around.
Talked about Arizona's 3rd downs, best in the league, although 1 for 3 to start this contest. 3rd and short. See what Portland does. They bring some pressure. They are looking for DJ Moses, but everybody got blocked up. Dale McClain missed a tackle. Smith cleans it up, but not before another Arizona 1st down.
Yeah, that was a great block on the edge right there by Will Todd to help spring Moses into that defensive secondary, and they pick up the 1st down, and they're looking to put together a great drive here.
Started on the 2. They could really bleed a lot of time off this quarter. Hand off to Moses, and Moses going to pick up 5 more. 2nd down.
And this is a big game for Arizona, Cam. On a 2-game losing streak. They need to keep that lead in the division. Keep a 1-game lead on Portland, and not get into a tiebreaker situation with these guys.
Fortunately, Vegas And Denver and San Diego have not been doing super hot as Moses. Oh, got away. Moses, one man to beat. Dale McClain saves the touchdown. Heck of an effort there by Dale to wrap up DJ from behind, but he is owning this Portland Fleet run defense right now. It's really struggled this season.
Yeah, definitely a touchdown saving tackle there by McClain. DJ Moses is off to a tremendous start in this ball game, Cam. Arizona doing what they typically do. Pound the rock, 3 yards, not 3 yards in the clouds of dust. Right now it's about
12.
30 yards in the cloud of dust.
9.5 yards a carry for DJ. I mean, that is just unstoppable. Those were his stats tonight. 123 yards on 13 carries now. 151 on 14 after that one. That is Brody Gulch nearly intercepting that pass. Boy, Portland really could have used that with their defense on their heels. And Ashley Jackson's 2 for 6.
Ashley's really struggling out to start this game off. And that stat, when it hit the screen, Cam kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute. I know this guy's run for more than 67 yards in this game. I knew he pretty much had done that all tonight.
4:02 to go in the first half. Jackson dropping to throw. That is caught in tight coverage. TJ Punk, defended by Brody Gulch. That's the mismatch. Wide receiver on linebacker. Ashley finds it for the first.
Yeah, tough catch in traffic right there. Great coverage, but TJ Punk was able to outwork Gulch in that one and come up with the catch.
Gulch trying not to get that pass interference penalty, hoping that he could somehow find a pass breakup, but TJ Punk with the sure hands. That's his second catch of the ball game. This drive started at the 2 for Arizona. They've made quick work of this thing off of the Eddie Gage interception. DJ Moses, 5 more up the gut, 3.5 to go.
And the more things change, the more they stay the same. Why change up anything, Cam? DJ's having a great first half. Let's keep feeding him the rock.
3:15 to go in the first half. Look at everybody in the box. Look at Dale McClain in the box. They're bringing the house. They give it off to Justin Williams, and Williams comes up a little short. Just his second carry. Mike O'Neill talked about it in pregame last night, Mike, that they've kind of gone away from Williams over the last couple of weeks. They haven't needed him so far.
They haven't needed him so far, Cam, but he should be fresh, and they're getting down into the red zone, getting close to that goal line. This is definitely Williams' territory. Both
teams have come out with a stacked backfield here tonight. They'll flip it out to Moses, and DJ's got a 1st and goal down to the 4-yard line. Man, Arizona just milking the Fleet right now. Mike, we've only had 2 possessions tonight. We're almost halftime.
And this could really be a problem for Portland, Cam. As long as Arizona's, keep moving the chains, running the clock. This is a high-powered offense that they're basically coming out and saying, we're going to keep you guys off the field, and they're doing a great job with it so far.
In motion. Jackson to throw. Jackson dumps it off. DJ Moses. Is he going to go? Yeah, he did get pushed out of bounds. Nicely done there by Joseph Lama, his first tackle of the evening. 2nd and goal.
That was a great job by Lama, Cam. If he would have missed that tackle, that was definitely 6 points. It lived to fight another day. Let's see if they can get a great goal line stand right here.
2nd to goal with the 2, but they won't get it off before the 2-minute warning. Arizona's driven 96 yards trying to punch it in. 7-0 Scorpions. 201 to 102 right now in total yards for Arizona. They are averaging 7.2 yards per play, a far cry from the terrific job Portland did on Alamo City last week in that 20-19 squeaker victory for the Fleet in upset. And that pitch is, sealed by Justin Williams. DJ Moses walks in. Justin Williams took a defender halfway across the end zone. Moses is in for another score.
Yeah, this running game right now, Cam, is really looking unstoppable. Portland, they're going to have to make some adjustments probably at halftime to see if they can come back and have an answer for what, Portland right now. Arizona right now, they're playing bully ball with these guys. They really can't handle them right now.
A strong start last night, a strong start tonight for Arizona. They make it 14-0 in this half. Arizona's had the ball 4 times. They started with 2 punts, and they've now gotten 2 back-to-back touchdowns. 14-play, 98-yard, 5-minute, 12-second drive for Arizona. Meanwhile, Portland had a punt and then back-to-back interceptions from Eddie Gage on 9 and 10-play drives, Mike. It's not that they're not moving the football, just critical mistakes at the worst times.
Yeah, most definitely, Cam. And that was almost a perfect drive. You can't get a better drive than that. The amount of plays, the yardage, and the time off the clock, and they really have left Portland very little to work with here.
Portland really could have used a Scott Johnson return there. Someone's down for Arizona. That's Carl Powell. No big deal for the Scorpions, although we hope he's all right. Portland's got all 3 timeouts and a minute 45 to work with.
It might be a big deal to Powell's family, Cam. We never know.
Well, they're not paying me, so what the hell do I care? First and 10 of the 30. What is this, Taylor Swift night? We're gonna pan to Powell's family? Is that what's happening?
Who's Taylor Swift?
I don't know. First and 10 of the 30-yard line. It's just a name I made up. It's a generic player. Cyrus Jive back to pass, swings it out to Adams. Adams got a nice block outside from Lozano Jr. and picks up a first down. Adams' 3rd catch. He's the only one besides Ezekiel Love with a reception in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing Israel Adams, Cam, but as you just mentioned, that's all we've heard. We've heard Israel Adams and Ezekiel Love. We need to hear more than that. We need to get more balance out of this offense, get more people involved, and see if these guys can put some points up.
It may speak to Arizona, just the talent on Arizona's defense, winning matchups out there against a very talented but youthful receiving core for Portland. Cyrus Jive's pass is deflected at the line and incomplete. Couldn't get a number on it, but we'll bring up 2nd and 10. Jive now 5 for 10.
Yeah, that's more of this great experienced defense that you just mentioned. I mean, experience all over the defensive line. Secondary, they've been together forever. The linebacking core, they're kind of new to this team, but experience all over the field for experience and talent.
Michael Knight goes in motion. Been targeted twice, but has not been able to haul one in. Split backs on 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off, try and make it a more manageable 3rd down. Ezekiel Love does just that. A 7-yard gain. No need to panic. They are now across midfield.
A nice pickup right there, Cam, to set themselves up in a 3rd and short situation. They need to try to move it downfield. Clock's running.
3rd and 3. Heavy backs. Definitely don't want to be no huddle there, although they're going to pass out of it. Jive, clean pocket. Jive deep down the field. Didn't have a lot of options. And look at that. Eddie Gage with the pass deflection. As Israel Adams was really the lone man deep. Portland will have to punt. It has been a struggle in the first half.
Yeah, Eddie Gage is having a fantastic first half, Cam. He's really showing why he's a Hall of Famer. Almost came away with his 3rd pick right there.
Portland will have to punt. 67 yards on 15 carries for Love. This is an important punt. Didn't get all of what they were hoping to get off of it, as that's fair caught at the 24-yard line. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk have your recap of first half in Arizona. We're breaking down the SFL playoff picture as it stands now. Analysis on the new SFLM groups as that schedule gets set to release this week, and confirm those times. All coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report.
This is going to be an important drive for this Portland defense, Cam.
Showing a blitz. They come with it, but DJ Moses is running away from it. Moses gets 8. And, I mean, Arizona's content. Unless they can break out something big here, I think they're content with 14-0.
They could go for the juggler here. I would try to get points. I mean, that last drive for Portland, on offense, it was big. They didn't get anything out of it. Arizona has a chance to put more points up before half. I think I would go for it if I were them.
Nice pull from Patrick Kelly on that replay. 6'6", 315 in his 4th season with Arizona. 5th overall, 2-time All-Star, including last season. This offensive line has combined for 14 all-star appearances. 2nd and 2. See what Arizona can get out of this one. Moses is cut down, so it's not going to give him much confidence. Brody Gulch gets his 4th tackle tonight.
Yeah, Gulch is actually having a pretty solid game. He's having to do a lot of work out there, meeting DJ Moses in these holes. But yeah, it looks like the Scorpions are going to probably settle for the 14-point lead going into halftime.
3rd and 1. They definitely want to pick up the first down, although they wouldn't have to punt, I suppose. DJ Moses on a toss. Got to contain him. DJ Moses, 45-50. Moses can't get out of bounds, gets past midfield, and they'll run up to maybe try and get a Hail Mary attempt out of this just before the half. And we'll see if they can go for the jugular just before the end.
I would have liked seeing a timeout a little quicker, maybe get another play to get another 10 yards or so to get closer, but I'm pretty sure Eddie Gage will take it, what they have right now.
Moses got a little selfish on that one, but 190, Mike. 190 in the first half. Again, coming into the game, we talked about Portland's run defense. They give up 6 yards a carry. That is 2nd to last in the SFL. It's been a big problem. Oh, they tried to get a little closer for the Hail Mary. Now we're down to 1 second.
Yeah, that wasn't the strategy to get closer. That was the strategy. That was an all or nothing strategy because it really didn't help him much. If he would have gotten more than that, they would have run out the half anyways.
Good point there, and they didn't. Yeah, it didn't work. So Portland's got to be vigilant here with Moses already up to 20 carries. Give it to him once more. Oh, Moses. Oh, what a beautiful shiftiness in between the tackles, but Portland wraps up, and that's the end of the half. So despite Portland having 2 turnovers, despite Portland not scoring any points offensively, and despite DJ Moses running for nearly 200 yards in the first half, it's only 14-0, and Portland lives to fight another day. Your thoughts on the first half, Mike?
A solid first half from Arizona. They control the clock with the running game. DJ Moses obviously speaks for himself. 190 yards, a couple of touchdowns. This Portland offense has really struggled, to get more players involved. We've seen a lot of Ezekiel Love, not enough of Israel Adams and the rest of that offense. The defense has been on the field, a long time. They're going to have to switch that up in the second half. Cam, get more creative. Get more people involved on offense, keep this Arizona offense and running game off the field, and see if they can score some points of their own.
I think one thing we haven't talked about much tonight is Arizona's offensive line is so good. Ashley Jackson has only been sacked twice this season, and that's what Portland does. They get after the quarterback. They put you behind the sticks, but so far, that Portland defense versus that Arizona offensive line, advantage Arizona O-line. Tyler Falk, Chris Curtis, standing by in SFL Studios. The APM Music Halftime Report is next.
And alongside Tyler Falk, I'm Chris Curtis on the APM Music Halftime Report, where we can guarantee you probably maybe only 1 or 2 references to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. We promise. Kind of.
Just maybe.
That said, we've got a 14-0 game out in the Desert Fatality Field. Tyler, your thoughts on a physical first half, and unfortunately for Portland, on one side of the ball.
So let's start off by this. Tonight is history for the SFL, just in general. I'm not an SFL historian. It might not be the first time we play it on a Tuesday night, but because this is considered the same game that started, a little over 24 hours ago, this game will be considered the longest lasting SFL game with an over 24-hour game time with a little bit of a break in between. But it'll be the longest game in SFL history for quite some time to come because of the replay and because of our new technology. We're able to stop a game and fix something and be able to get the game back to about where it was or thereabouts. So first off, there's got to be a lot of people that we thank to get the show back to where it was. This is a massive thank you to Eddie Gage of Arizona. Massive thank you to Portland, to Jacob and the rest of the crew over there in Portland for being flexible with all this, working together, working with the league, working with Cam. A huge thank you to Cam and the rest of the league staff to get this game back to this point. And so massive kudos, massive thanks to all these guys here. But back to the game at hand, right? Cam mentioned at the end, right as we were going into halftime, that only Arizona has 2 takeaways, but Portland's only down by 14. The key thing is Arizona has scored on the ensuing drive after a turnover, after the 2 interceptions, 14 points off of turnovers. And so while Portland might not be down by 14, they have really shot themselves in the foot, or shot themselves in their own rudder, to make it more sensible in boat terms, so that they're down by 14. The key thing is Portland's offense just has not gotten going. You look at the passing attempts for Jive. It doesn't ring like he's confident. And Love is non-existent tonight. He's gotten the touches, but he just can't get going. The blocking just hasn't been there. And so Arizona finds themselves in front. But we'll see what happens here in the second half. Hopefully Portland can turn their offense around, right the ship, and get back on track.
Yeah, it's been a slow moving train for the Portland, or for slow moving ship for the Portland Fleet at the moment. Total plays aren't that lopsided, 34 to 28, but Arizona is just, they're much more physical with the ball. Their blocking has been good. They've to Cam's point, they've really neutralized a lot of Portland's defensive pass rush, which is their bread and butter. They force quarterbacks into bad decision making. And so far, Ashley Jackson has really not been forced but 1 or 2 times. So it's been really good for Arizona's offensive line to be able to keep her upright and keep the ball moving downfield. That said, that's going to be the key to the second half, Tyler, and I think you'd agree, is Portland has to get the physical game going down in the trenches and get the ball out of Ashley Jackson's hands and DJ Moses' hands, and just get Arizona's offense off the field.
And that's the key, right? Because when Ashley Jackson's been called upon, especially in third and medium to long situations, she has been good. She has been able to, more often than not, we saw it on the ensuing drive here in the second quarter, where she was able to find Punk, able to find a couple of her targets when she was called upon. And the thing is, they're not over-relying on her. They know their bell cow. They know they have a quality running back in DJ Moses, and the entire league has known that DJ Moses has been a quality back for some time, and they work the ground game with him. And so for Portland, they're going to have to light a fire, something to get them going in this second half. They can't come out of halftime and be the same team they were going into halftime. They have to kick it up a notch. They're 4-4. They have to, especially with Seattle pulling away in that division, they have to get something tonight. And it's a crucial game for the Fleet.
Yeah, fair enough. As it sits right now, as we move gears a little bit, we're going to move gears swiftly. We are going to talk about the playoff picture coming into this particular matchup. Right now, these two teams seeds 6 and 10, Arizona to Portland respectively right now. And as we look at the playoff picture, which I believe Cam is going to work on putting a picture up here, the way this shapes out, there's a couple teams in here that were not here a season ago, and a couple teams that still could be in it when all is said and done, that weren't here previously. So this is a really rough mock-up of what the playoff standings could look like, but you see the dominators at the top: Fort Worth, Alamo City, and then Seattle, the surprise at number 3.
And it's like we were talking about with Portland. We noticed that I said that Seattle was pulling away, and they're doing it with consistency. They have really solidified themselves here in the playoff picture, and no one has clinched or has been eliminated yet. So things can change, especially if Vancouver kicks it up a notch, especially if Portland's able to turn something around here tonight. Seattle could be, fighting tooth and nail all the way to the finish line to finish off the Pacific Division and solidify a spot in the playoffs. But right now, they look like a for sure team that's going to be in the playoffs here as things stand here in Week 10. You look at a couple other teams, right? Canton has come out of nowhere after a struggle of a first half of their season, now above 500, now fighting for a top 8 spot in the playoffs. It's good to see Canton finally show some potential, finally be consistent these last couple of weeks. Other teams like Carolina, who have had a couple of struggles in recent memory, finally making the playoffs last season, they're now fighting in that wild card road round, final back half of the playoff standings. And they're fighting with Portland and DC that are just trying to scrape their way in, and they have to be better. All three of those teams, Carolina, Portland, and DC, I've noticed over the last couple of weeks have struggled to maintain a pocket. And that goes the same thing for Portland and for Carolina as well. They just are unable to maintain the front line of that offense, and that has to change here in the last 4 weeks of the regular season. Still, lots to play for, lots to get to, and who knows? I mean, we're talking about our playoff situation. It's a whole different scenario in the minor leagues.
Yeah, it is. And moving forward, let's talk about the groups that were announced on this week in the SFL yesterday. And there's a couple of news and notes on these. As there's some returning teams from the old style of SFLM. There's some newcomers as well, and some teams that relocated. But let's break down the groups as we see it right now. We've got Philly and Lexington, along with Nashville and Albuquerque in the first group. That's the Philly Cougars, Lexington Miners, the Nashville Tempo, and the Albuquerque Adams. And then group 2 is interesting as well. The as I'm taking a look at this here, it is the San Jose Flight. It's the Chicago Warriors. So Chicago gets another kick at the can. How about the Bossier City Steamers and the Pittsburgh Riverhogs? Those are 8 teams that, with new ownership in the SFLM, are looking to make their own stand, their own imprint on the SFL as a whole. This is going to be a real fun SFLM season. Add to that the round robin play and the double elimination bracket. This is a whole new SFLM and a whole new investment into paying attention to it as these rookies have the spotlight on them.
Yeah, first off, to all 8 organizations, congratulations and welcome to SFLM ownership. And here's the big thing, Curtis, that I love now about the SFLM. There is a potential direct pathway to being an SFLM team and eventually getting promoted to the SFL. We got Pro-Rel finally in American sports. And how about this little scenario here? Well, I'm going to talk about the teams individually here in just a second, but how about this here? It's the SFLM World Cup in group play. You have 4 different teams that are competing against each other, and now they have to go and become top of the group and get those 3 points. It's football colliding with football, and I love it. I love it. This whole scenario. Again, every single team on here deserves to be here, but I have to talk about Nashville here just for a second. I think I know the real reason Nashville got a team, and it's that color scheme. It reminds Cam of a certain NFL team that he pays homage to almost every single weekend, unfortunately, for my chagrin. There we go.
Yeah, it's okay.
I can be happy about Minnesota sports for once. I know.
Green Bay's not paying us, so I could care less.
That's fair. But I can be happy about Minnesota sports. A lot of things are. Thank you. Thank you for the bleep, whoever that was. But thank you. Minnesota sports can be proud, especially today. But I digress. This whole double elimination playoff bracket, it adds a whole new sense of intrigue, and every game matters. It's not a long extended weighted season. Every game matters for each and individual point, each and individual minute that each of these teams can be on the field. You only have 3 to prove before the playoffs come around. You have to take care of your group before you make the playoffs. It's going to make the SFLM much more enjoyable to watch. Back to Arizona, Portland.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one of the other keys as we get back to Arizona, Portland here, third downs. Right now, Arizona 66% at 4 for 6, and Portland 4 for 7 on offense. So they've got their third down figured out when they have the ball, but Arizona doing what they can to keep it from them. We're going to head back to Fatality Field, though. It is the second half of the Portland Fleet and Arizona Scorpions in a crucial battle out west. 14-0 Scorpions. It'll be Cam and Mike St. Green on the other side. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, start of the second half here in Phoenix, Arizona, Fatality Field, along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine Gerald Smith, Stephen Hacker in the stats truck. Portland will not get a return from Scott Johnson to start this half. Maybe they were hoping that they'd get some excitement out of him. Knight Rider in the chat, I see you, and I have this to say. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster on an SFL game? The SFL is looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for our first season on 4K23 and beyond. Visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved. Get your voice on the call. See how you do. Arizona, 2.5-point favorites tonight, 59.5 over-under. Right now, they are taking care of business, although if you got the under, that has been much better for you. Ezekiel Love dragging Alex Constantine for a 12-yard pickup to start the half.
Yeah, solid way to start this second half, Cam. And Tyler kind of alluded to this, how big of a game this is for Portland to, stay above the 500 mark, stay in the playoff picture. And I would, argue that this is probably right now the biggest game in Portland Fleet history. I mean, these guys are looking to make the playoffs for the first time, and, we're better to start than to winning this game and getting a leg up on, everyone else in the playoff race.
Yeah, it is a huge game for Portland. They got a bye next week. They don't want to be 4-5 sitting there hoping that teams lose, and they want to be ahead of the curve, Mike, because they haven't been, right? They've been 4-6 or 5-6, over the past, over the last 2 to 3 weeks of each regular season, and it always seems like they're just playing from behind.
Yeah, you want to stay out of that, 6-6, biting your fingernails on playoff, who gets in, who gets out night. I've seen these guys do it a couple of times. You want to stay ahead of that, and this is a huge drive of the second half to get off to a great start. 2nd and
7. Back-to-back runs for Love now. Jive going to get back involved. Jive looking for Israel Adams. And, Mike, they have tried to force the ball to Adams in that set. It's just not working. Arizona's dropping in his zone. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, I'm really not liking the approach I'm seeing, Cam. It's a little bit conservative in formation, conservative in how they're approaching things. This is what you want to see here, 4 wide, and, try to get some guys out in space.
Jive against the late blitz. Jive's pass is caught. That is Adams again for the first down. That's now 4 catches on 7 targets. And I agree with you, Mike. I think this Arizona defense needs to be spread out because just in the trenches, this team is just too good on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, most definitely. We talked about this experience on this defense. Parker Thomas, he's turned into a great cornerback for this team. He's been with Arizona his entire career. We see him making the play on Israel Adams right there. But get these guys out in space and seeing who else can make some plays. Where's Nelson Lozano? We hadn't heard his name all game.
He's out wide here to the left. They're going to pitch it out to Ezekiel Love and Sean Moore right there once again to clean it up. That's his 5th solo tackle, a 3-yard gain. Portland is 5 for 8 on 3rd down from Chris Curtis back at our studios. They just, they've driven the ball well, Mike. The drives end in costly mistakes.
A couple of turnovers and, on the goal line in the red zone, these guys are going to have to punch one in.
Man, Eddie Gage is playing his best game of the season now. 6 tackles, a pass deflection, 2 picks, 3rd and 5.
I'm thinking I may be seeing like a reverse strategy here, Cam. Maybe Portland's trying to keep ball away from Arizona. Just maybe if they can cash a couple in, they can stick with what they're trying to accomplish.
Jive going to take off and run. Jive starts I think he did get the first down. Boy, that was close. Always close in those moments. It starts with the slide. We'll see if Coach Gage challenges. He won't. That's a good slide.
Yeah, it looked like it made it to me, Cam. Good slide, good first down. Keep the chains moving. A good drive to start this second half.
7:25 to go in the third. A 3-minute drive to start the third quarter for the Fleet. They need points. They need them bad to get some momentum. Love going to pick up 5, and it's not going to hit the stat sheet, Mike, but Iverson Gamble did a number on that blocker for Portland out there. Kind of blew up that whole play.
Yeah, Jacob Farmer, the fullback, was out there trying to make a block, but Iverson Gamble made a better play, brought Love down for a 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5. There's Adams at the bottom of the screen. We've seen them actually go to the pass out of this quite often tonight. They're going to hand it off to Love. Love's got an open hole. 20-10, 5 touchdown. Ezekiel Love untouched. They set him up ran it right down the middle, and Love is into the end zone for the first time tonight.
A great run by Ezekiel Love. The strategy finally paid off. Pound the rock, pound the rock, pound the rock. He finally breaks one, and we saw what Ezekiel Love can do in the open field.
Well, St. Green, after kind of a sleepy first half where Portland looked a little slow out the gates and Arizona, came ready to play both nights. Portland goes into the half and makes some adjustments, comes out and says, okay, we're going to do something a little bit different. And they get their first points of the evening. That's a 9-play, 79-yard drive. 6:49 left in the third. We got a ball game now.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Fleet needed. Coming out, pretty much stuck to the same strategy they did in the first half. Put a touchdown on the board. Now makes it a one-score game. Now can this defense step up and slow this Arizona run game down and get the ball back with a chance to tie this game up.
This is Hands on the return. And wow, nice job. Donnie Hands all the way up to the 34-yard line. Week 11 of season 21 starts Friday, headlined by a critical matchup out west with Vancouver and San Diego, and Saturday's key divisional games, Indianapolis, Tulsa, and Houston, Alamo City. For the full weekend schedule, visit our website at simulationfl.net. Indy, Tulsa. I never would have thought.
I'll be probably watching Houston, Cam.
Yeah, but why would you be watching the Headhunters, Mike? If you can refresh my memory.
It's a certain number 15 that plays on.
Oh, so just you? That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
First and 10 of the 34. As Jack, did you see the blitz get picked up? There's a PI at the end of that too. But Portland came on a blitz and it did absolutely nothing to Ashley Jackson.
Yeah, the offensive line doing a great job, but that's one thing that Portland they need to do, force Arizona into some more passing situations, and when they do, put pressure on Ashley and try to force a bad play. But unfortunately, right there, got a pass interference call on Portland,
which I don't get. That may have been the most ticky-tack foul of the whole season. I didn't really see much there.
Actually, that was J-Boo McSlim, dropping back into coverage.
Yeah, the D tackle. You know what? That's just not fair. Defensive tackle drops back into coverage, and they throw a PI. Give the guy a break. He's a defensive tackle. As Jackson fires down the field, got a wide open TJ Punk. 30, 25, 20. Punk down inside the 15, dragging Smith all the way down around the 10-yard line. First down, Arizona, the longest pass of the night, and it's not even close.
Yeah, Ashley hasn't had to drop back much tonight, Cam, but when she has, she's found TJ Punk. I think that's his third catch of the game, and another big gain right there for Arizona. If it's not on the ground, it's through the passing game, and Portland finds themselves down, trying to defend that end zone again.
3 for 73 in total for Punk in this game. This is demoralizing to Portland's defense. I mean, their offense gets a touchdown, and it has not affected Arizona's offense at all. Now empty here on first and goal at the 9 officially. Jackson go to the end zone. Touchdown! Donnie Hands with his second grab, first TD of the night for AJ, and what a response from the Arizona Scorpions after the Portland touchdown.
Fantastic response, Cam. You took the words right out of my mouth. Portland sent a safety blitz on there, and Donnie Hands pretty much occupied the space that was vacated by Derek Majors at 25. You saw him coming on the blitz. Ashley Jackson found him, and a great response, and Arizona goes back up 2 scores.
And it didn't take long either. 3-play, 66-yard drive for Arizona. Ashley goes 2 for 2 on the drive. And man, I mean, we had a game there for a second. Now we got to see how Portland's going to respond. Arizona coming out very sharp here in Week 10.
Basically, that's the way a championship caliber team, a team that's played in a couple of championship games, responds to another team's response. So they say, hey, we're going to answer the call. We're not going to be an easy out. It's going to be a tough game for you. We're still the guys on top.
And JT Delaney, who didn't get a chance to kick last night, has boomed now 2 kicks into the end zone, preventing the league's top return man, Scott Johnson, who has 3 kick return touchdowns in 8 games, from getting going tonight. He's been totally absent from this game.
One way to keep him from getting a touchdown return is keep him in the end zone.
Love takes a handoff against the soft box, picks up 6. No time to panic for Portland, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, maybe not yet, Cam, but it's starting to get to the point to where, two scores down, halfway through the third. Maybe you have a little time, but you may have to, open it up a little bit and get away from this conservative game plan.
7 in the box. Love, shifty. Ezekiel Love has woken up in this second half. First down, they're finding him in all the right places.
That's not conservative. You can get 15 yards a carry. There's Ezekiel Love again. Great lead block right there by the fullback. And if the secondary and the safeties are making tackles, that means, something's not going great for your defense.
Moses getting all the headlines tonight, but Love, 146 yards on 23 carries, has been pretty great in his own right. Love 1,299 yards this season and 14 touchdowns. Love will break off a tackle, but then his shoulder charge to the ground. Iverson Gamble, this dude is strong out here, man. Gain of just 2.
Yeah, he's flexing his muscles, Cam, showing that he's come to play tonight. And like I said, shouldering Ezekiel Love down right there.
By the way, Love, a touchdown in every game this season now that he got into the end zone in the third quarter. 2nd and 8. Love again. Pass the defensive front, picks up 6. 3rd down 2. Portland again nearing midfield.
Yeah, they're putting together another solid drive. It's the second drive of the half, and they're looking good. Basically keeping the ball on the ground. We're probably going to see Israel Adams here. That's this formation they've been liking to find Israel out of so far this game.
Adams is going to be motioned inside here for the first time. Love is going to be blown up in the backfield. Arizona all over it. Forward progress gives them a loss of 3, but Parker Thomas and a host of Scorpions were ready for that. Portland just too predictable. They're going to have to punt.
Iverson Gamble, Parker Thomas, we've been mentioning these guys, Eddie Gage, we've been mentioning these guys' name all game long and forcing a big 4th down right there.
So Portland's got to punt it away. From the 23-yard line, Arlovsky on the return. Decent one all the way out to the 32, so pretty good field position here for Arizona. Yeah, it's really interesting just kind of seeing what has transpired tonight, Mike. I honestly am not sure, as Knight, Johnson, Davis, and Lozano Jr. have 3 targets, no catches. When you're looking for matchups to exploit, I'm just not sure that Portland has any matchups that they're winning out there besides Israel Adams. It's just been kind of a hollow offense tonight against this Arizona D.
Yeah, we just haven't seen a lot of targets out of the, even of the other receivers that they have on the team. They've been ultra conservative, and that may have to change here depending on this drive here for Arizona.
On the 32, again, Arizona runs away from the blitz wisely. DJ picks up 7. The pressure that Portland has brought both in the run and pass game over the last couple of weeks completely neutralized.
Arizona's done a fantastic job of keeping these guys at bay, and this is really turned into probably the biggest drive of the game for this Portland defense.
Yeah, they can't go down 28. They got to get some kind of momentum here heading into the fourth quarter. Moses on the carry, has a first down. He's over 2 Bills. Arizona moves the chains again.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If Arizona's saying, hey, if our secondary has to make tackles, your secondary is going to have to make tackles as well, and that means you're not doing a good job of stopping this guy at the line of scrimmage before he can get his momentum going. And if he's over, he's over 200 yards. Great day so far for DJ Moses.
This is a crazy stat: 8.2 yards per play tonight for Arizona, but 16.4 here in the third quarter. I mean, they have just totally dominated this third quarter as Moses breaks off a tackle and somebody's hurt, and it's on Portland's defense. That's not good. That's Derek Majors outside, and things have gone from bad to worse for the Fleet.
Yeah, the 7-year veteran right there, Derek Majors, a huge part of this Portland Fleet franchise and defense. That's going to be a tough loss if they can't get him back into this ball game.
Did get up off under his own power. So it's gain of 3, 2nd down and 7, 2:32 to go in the third. Clock stops due to injury. Just a nickel look here for Portland as their pressure hasn't been working, so they've kind of backed off here in the second half as Jackson's pass is caught by Will Todd. 2 receivers were entering the same area. Oh, and Portland loses another defender. Luis Negron off the line. This has just been a disastrous drive.
Yeah, we've been apart a long time, and you keep taking the words right out of my mouth. This is really turning into a disaster for this defense. 2 injuries on this drive. I mean, it's going from bad to worse. They've already been struggling, slowing this Arizona offense down. And, man, what are they going to do now with 2 starters down in this defense? Let's see if the reserves can come in, next man up and make a stand here.
3rd and inches. Justin Williams, 1st down. Oh, just destroys Bernard Smith inside the 35, down to the 30. It just doesn't feel like Portland has an answer right now.
Oh, that's the way you make an exclamation point at the end of a run. Just truck a guy over. And Bernard Smith, man, love that guy. But was it, in the same locker room with him in Memphis in the minor leagues, man, a great locker room guy.
2:05 left in the third. Handoff, Moses, Bernard Smith can't bring him down. Moses still on his feet and finally brought down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, solid run there by Moses. Keep churning, spinning, churning until they finally brought him down. Dale McLean with a great stop.
Well,
no, Chad really doesn't like me. He said in the chat that he likes me. The guy didn't even come see me when I was in his hometown.
That's just shameful. 1:38 to go in the third. 2nd and 1. TJ Punk going to come in tight to help out here maybe. Rough and tumble. Moses has a 1st down. They need a pick or a fumble or something. I think a little bit tonight, St. Green. It kind of feels like Portland's defense is getting exposed as a one-trick pony, right? If you can manage their pressure, if you're a team like Arizona who's got a strong offensive line, well, that's it. That's it for the Fleet.
Have they really been exposed? I think they are who we thought they were. I mean, these guys have scored 30 points a game in pretty much every game this season, but they're 4-4, so that means they give up a lot of points as well. So, but Arizona, they're just probably the wrong team at the wrong time for Portland, and they are really showing what they're made of tonight.
Moses' season high is 254. He's at 234. And we still have a whole nother quarter to go with Arizona up 14. 2nd and 8. That is a scary thought. Jackson going to pass. Jackson short. That pass is caught. Punk reversing field, and Punk able to get 4 on the play. He was looking for a blocker there early, and he said, "No, I'll just take it myself." 3rd down.
Thought Punk was going to take it the other way there for a second, Cam. He finally got it turned around, headed upfield the right way, brings up a short 3rd and 4.
Jackson 8 of 12, 105 yards, a touchdown, no picks, kept it clean. Now in the shotgun on 3rd down and 4. Portland desperate for some kind of stop. Jackson deep, drop back. Jackson fires into the end zone, passes caught, touchdown, dirty hands in the back corner of the end zone, his 2nd of the night. Arizona just on another level tonight.
Yeah, Cam, they can't do anything wrong tonight. The running game is on point.
Oh,
Ashley Jackson throwing darts right there. You couldn't get a more perfect throw than that one. Arizona totally dominating this game right now, and that was pretty much to end the 3rd quarter. Portland's going to have a lot of work to do to start this 4th.
Are you kidding me with that throw? That may be her best throw of the whole season. That was unbelievable. Extra point is good.
Any push-ups tonight?
No push-ups.
This up.
You're right. 10 plays, 68-yard drive. Portland dejected on the bench. That's the end of the third. Arizona's up 28-7 over Portland. We just can't buy a close game on night spectaculars recently. We'll be right back. Portland trying to make a comeback.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Start of the fourth. Gerald Smith, Stephen Hacker in our stats truck. Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk back in SFL studios. Not much new to talk about here after that third quarter of play. Mike St. Green, Cameron Irvine with you here to start the fourth. And finally, as they flip the field, Scott Johnson has a little bit of a chance on a return, and there he goes. Scott Johnson is brought down initially by Delaney. Slowed him down, but Johnson gets Portland to the 38-yard line. At least that's something.
Yeah, they switched the ends, Cam, and probably a little bit of wind advantage coming this way. And Scott finally has a chance to bring it out and sets Portland up in great field position at the about 38-yard line.
.9:53 left. Israel Adams, 4 catches, 62 yards. Ezekiel Love, 2 catches, 8 yards. That's it for this passing game that has been pretty great this season, but it's not been their night. Toss out to Love. Love outside is wrestled down by Iverson Gamble, who's been incredible this evening, a 5-yard gain.
Hey, Cam, that's just not enough from the passing game. Cyrus Jive, 15 touchdown passes, third in the league, only 8 interceptions, so I'm surprised they're not letting him kind of air this out more. He doesn't turn it over a lot. Just kind of an interesting game plan so far for the Fleet.
He has a touchdown pass in every game this season. Not tonight, though, as Love is once again put down by Iverson Gamble. Cyrus Jive's season high is 290. He put that up on Houston a couple of weeks ago. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick in that one. He did have 4 picks and struggled in the game against Alamo City last week, despite the Portland victory. Maybe that's weighing on him a little bit in this one. 2 more picks added to his name. Did not have a game with multiple interceptions until last week, and now he's put together back-to-back performances in that category or lack thereof. 3rd down and 2. Handoff Love, got a first down. Love past the 45. Love drags Gage down to the 37-yard line. 1st down Portland, but still just not enough in the tank right now.
You truly have to ask yourself right now, Cam, when are we going to change this game plan? Down 21, you're not going to get many more shots at this thing, especially the way this Arizona offense is rolling. We're going to have to see it open up a little bit and see if they can put some points up in a hurry.
I think it's important, Mike, that they get a score on this drive, before the 5-minute mark or so that they at least give their defense a chance to give them something crazy. But right now Love isn't even on the field because Love is just tired. He's just carried this on. You know what this looks like, Mike? This looks like Portland from the old era. This is what the old Portland Fleet were. Ezekiel Love, 30 carries. Offense just too tired. This has been surprising.
Yeah, very surprising, Cam. That almost looked like a face mask there on that play, but no flag on it. Yeah, we're going to have to see. We're seeing the same power formation again on this one.
Yeah, a lot in 2nd down tonight. Love's got a 1st down. Gets it to the 25-yard line. I'm going to credit Arizona's secondary, Mike, because, they're playing really well. And I think it's in Portland's head, and they're just not taking a lot of chances right now. I think Eddie spooked them in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. We're getting past the first half. It definitely spooked them the whole game at this point. But, yeah, that secondary, as we mentioned, man, a lot of experience, and a lot of cohesiveness in that secondary. These guys have been together and playing together a long time. So, yeah, that would definitely intimidate anyone.
Gage and Gamble, the 2 safeties. 16 solo tackles tonight. They have just been outstanding. As Love gets it again. This is just wild. I'm telling you, Mike, it's their best chance to win, or so they think right now. But it's not doing them any favors. 7 minutes left.
Yeah, we saw the run defense actually step up right there. J.R. Lawless kind of filled the hole, and the rest of the defense cleaned it up for him.
3rd and 5. Cyrus Jive's going to have to make a play. Jive rolling out. Jive hit as he threw the pass is incomplete. It's been that kind of night.
Yeah, it's definitely been that kind of night, Cam. The one time they do try to throw it and open it up, get great pressure, pass knocked down, have to settle for 3.
Joey Robb will kick the field goal, 37 yards. I mean, you never know what can happen in a game. You don't want to. You want to give your team some confidence. Don't want to come away with nothing. But it's a tough pill to swallow. Robb's kick is good. And it's 28-10, 9-play, 43-yard drive. We talked about Portland's offense scoring all these points, and I think that's going to be a big takeaway out of this game tonight, Mike. Is Portland's offense had been nearly unstoppable the whole season, and then last week they scored 20 against Alamo City, who, by the way, at the time was number 1 in yards per carry allowed, and then they scored 10 against Arizona, who's your new number 1 in yards per carry allowed. And it's just I mean, my point is, 2 very, very good defenses have really neutralized Portland's offense.
Yeah, nothing to hang your head about, nothing to get down on yourself about. I mean, you're playing two top teams, and let alone 2 top defenses. So, there's nothing to panic about, I think, at this stage. But you definitely wanted to, you still have time. Good turnover, quick change right here. Maybe, something to get, ignite something. This Portland defense really needs it right now.
Toss out to DJ. And DJ Moses still running hard, a 5-yard gain. Ultimately, Portland is only going to be able to get off the field if they can stop that man and Justin Williams. Portland has 2 weeks to prepare for the unbeaten Fort Worth Toros, who are next on their schedule. What a gauntlet. Alamo City, Arizona, Fort Worth. Back to back in the middle of the season. Good news for Portland, this is their last road game. They finished the season with 3 straight at home, as Gulch wraps up Moses, along with, I think that was Derek Majors, who may be back in the game. Portland's got Fort Worth, Vancouver, and LA to end the season.
Yeah, the schedule maker wasn't too kind to these guys right here doing this stretch, but to end the game, to end the season with 5 straight home games, you can't ask for anything more than that, especially if you're trying to make a playoff push.
3rd and 3, and Portland they got to challenge that. They got to challenge that. That's a bad spot.
That was definitely a bad spot, Cam. I was about to say, hey, man, great.
There it is.
3rd down, and there you go. There's a challenge flag, and he slams it down out of anger, and I would be doing the same thing.
Well, the way things have been going tonight, yeah, there's a bunch of anger. So, we'll take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com. I don't think there's any question about this one. That was Bernard Smith coming up to make the tackle. I don't think a single part of Moses' body was over that line.
His pinky finger right there, Cam.
And they got it right the second time. So it'll be 4th down. Hey, look at that. Portland gets a stop. And it's been a long time since we've said that. Arizona has scored on 4 straight drives, not including the drive they had where they basically just ran out the clock in the second quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cam, I don't think we've seen a stop all night. Probably last night in the first quarter. It's probably the only couple of stops we've seen out of this defense until now.
So Moses just comes up short of his season high for now. Punt is away. Johnson's got almost no room. Return up to the 34-yard line. So, 5:25 left for Portland. But the question is, what do they come out in, and what do they get wrapped up in here in the last 5 minutes? Because they're a long way away from taking timeouts.
Yeah, Cam, they have to open it up at this point. I mean, there's no other choice to it right now.
Jive, going to pass. Dumps it out, Love, into open field. Love, got to get a block. Love he never got that block that he was looking for, but Love did it himself. And someone's going to be progressing run blocking after this week. First down and 10.
Yeah, that's a great way to start this drive, Cam. 15 yards on that first play. You're already at midfield. Now you can put some more pressure on this defense.
5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Portland is down 3 scores, but never say never. Hand off, Love. I think they're going to go here and hope that they got something else cooking out of this. 2nd and 6. 4:46 left. Jive going to pass. 3-step drop. Throws it short. That pass caught. That is Ryan Davis's first catch of the game. Spilled down to the 33-yard line by Parker Thomas. First down.
Yeah, that's the first time we've heard another name besides Israel Adams in this passing game.
Jive to throw. Deep ball. Knight breaks a tackle inside the 10-yard line. First down, Portland. My goodness. It's about time. First and goal. Jive. Pass nearly intercepted. He forced the issue there, and Zachary Hamburger with the deflection.
Oh no, I thought that was about to end in disaster for the Fleet. Man, that was a tight window to put it in. Great play by the Arizona secondary.
Drive out of the gun, 2nd and goal, 4:21 left. Jive dumps it. Oh, that looked like some interference. Scott Johnson nailed 3rd and goal.
That looked like Ricky Robinson on that play, Cam. And Zachary Hamburger was on that play previous to that. Does you think fries come with that hamburger or no?
Tonight, Portland has definitely been fried. 3rd and goal. Ball at the 8. A field goal does make it a 2-possession game. It's worth noting as Scott Johnson goes in motion. Jive out of the gun. Jive to pass. Blitz. Jive. End zone one-on-one coverage. Knocked away. Everett Garrison. Beautiful coverage in the back of the end zone. Kind of the difference in this half, right? Mike Garrison tips it away, and on the Arizona possession, it was Donnie Hands with a ridiculous play.
Yeah, Arizona brought pressure with that one and did a great job by Everett Garrison of covering the receiver there, bringing up a 4th and goal. Will they kick or will they try to get the 6?
Well, you need it at some point, so they're going to get it now. Then they have to onside kick. Still down 2 scores, especially with the way Moses has been playing. So 25-yard chip shot is good. The touchdown streak for Cyrus Jive is in jeopardy, but Portland has scored field goals on back-to-back drives, 28-13. It's a 2-score game, and you just never know. Joey Robb is next up.
A solid drive, Cam. I like, they got points out of it. I really wish they would have, seen a little more desperation earlier in this quarter and in this game. But a great drive, and they showed what they can actually, put together when they can put the passing game together.
Joey Robb, onside kick, pass, or the return is bobbled just a little bit, but fielded. Is that just Justin Williams, the fullback out there, makes the play. Almost didn't. That was like deja vu to the Houston game when Portland recovered that onside kick. Not to bring that up.
Camp, you reminded me twice of Portland and Houston tonight.
Did
I? I'm still kind of recovering. My nerves are still recovering from that game a little bit.
It's not totally thrown in your face. Y'all won that game, right?
We came out on top. Yeah, we came out on top. But it was nerve-wracking.
4:09 left, so now Portland really up against it. And they've been up against it this whole second half. Handoff, Justin Williams. Portland doing a little bit better of a job containing, flying to the football, but still not enough so far. 4 minutes and counting.
They really have done a little better job. They got off the field on the last drive. But as you just mentioned, man, the clock is really not their friend. They really have to come up with something big right here to turn this game around.
Damon in the chat, you're always bringing up old stuff. You've been bringing up all sorts of stuff. Uniforms on the sideline, what color it is in the sky. Give me a break. 3:35 to go in the fourth. Don't call me out on my own broadcast. Crazy. Three on the play clock. 3:28 left. They'll hand it off to Williams. He is smacked. Mel Davis, quiet tonight. Brings down Justin Williams, sets up a 3rd down and 7. This is going to be interesting. If I'm Arizona, I'm passing. Ashley's been awesome tonight.
Yeah, the passing game has been on point, and really, you mentioned Mel Davis. That was the first time we've seen him since the first quarter. He's been totally silent tonight from the second quarter on.
I just got PTSD watching the clock run down in that. In the huddle. Like, please run a play. Under 3 to go in the 4th. 3rd down and 7. Arizona bleeding time as they should. 4 wide. Let's see if Portland's defense can get another stop. Arizona is outside of field goal range right now. Jackson going to hand it off to Williams, and Williams is put down by Mel Davis. So this would be a 51-yarder for Cliff. I'm trying to remember the wind, Mike. It's in their face.
The wind, they're probably into the wind on this one. So, but into the wind or not, I would not give up this field position, risking a miss. I would just go ahead and punt it and make Portland drive the field on me.
It'd be a 50-yard field. Yeah, they're going to punt. Yep, 50 yards into the wind. Why risk it when Portland has proven they've only scored 1 touchdown all night? I agree with this decision, Mike.
Definitely the smart decision here, Cam. Portland, they need 2 scores plus an 2-point conversion. Wow. And man, you really saw the effect of the win right there.
Yep, the effect of the win. But nice bounce all the way down to the 15. And, boy, Portland is lucky. That almost bled the clock down to the 2-minute warning. They would have lost a play, but now they get 1 freebie before the 2-minute. And, man, it's kind of amazing, but Portland is still in this thing.
Yeah, can we see something quick? Can we see something fast? Can we see a big gainer to get Portland into scoring position pretty quickly?
Jive going to throw. He's 9 of 20. Oh, Michael Knight! Just highway robbery. Stole it from 2 different Scorpions for a Portland 1st down.
A nice snag right there by Michael Knight. We've called his name a couple of times now here, Cam, in these past couple of drives. Big catch right there to keep Portland in positive territory.
That is the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. 2-minute warning. Hey, Curtis was all over in the chat as well. Portland hanging around.
I was wondering if we'd had a nice hands catch. I mean, they hadn't thrown the ball much to anybody.
No. That is the 19th completion in this game, combined between the 2 teams with these 2 star backs out on the field. Knight now 2 catches for 40 yards. Jive on the rollout, going long. It is incomplete to Israel Adams. You know what we haven't seen tonight, broken up there by Ricky Robinson. You know what we haven't seen tonight, Mike? A blown coverage from Arizona. They have been all over. I mean, there hadn't been an open receiver on the field.
And the secondary has played great, Cam. They've been all over the receivers, as you mentioned. And Ricky Robinson there showing himself to be worthy of being out on the field with that play right there that he just made.
2nd and 10. Drive out of the gun. Drive. Threads the needle to Scott Johnson, just shy of the 1st down, and Portland's going to burn a timeout. They were unable to get out of bounds. 3rd and inches.
Yeah, good to have a Scott Johnson sighting right there. Going to bring up a big 3rd down. Of course, they're going to go for it on 4th. So why not try to air it out right here to see what you can get out of it.
3rd and inches for Jive, completing 48% of his passes. His season low is 58. Jive back to pass, quick throw to Israel Adams, tried to get him in a one-on-one situation, and that fails. 4th and inches. I'd run it to be sure you get the 1st with Love and then go from there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cam. Yeah, you got to move these sticks right here, and you need to try to guarantee this new set of downs.
28-13, 1:44 left. Portland running out of time, timeouts, and patience. 3 receivers, 2 off the left. Jive, 3-step drop. Jive looking for someone to get open. That pass is off the hands of Nelson Lozano. His first target all night. He dropped it. Turnover on downs, and this one a couple timeouts away from being Dunsky's.
Amazing, Cam. I've been looking for Nelson Lozano all night long. He gets an opportunity right there, right through his hands, and probably Arizona will be able to kneel this thing out.
We just need one more first down, and that could potentially get Moses his new season high in yards. Williams also has 21 yards on 7 carries tonight, but has not reached the end zone. Portland changing some things up here. That is just a critical drop from Lozano. Night that he'll want to forget. That's Moses getting nothing. So Portland, at least with a solid start to the drive.
And this Portland run defense has really stiffened up this past 3 possessions, really, and then kind of shutting DJ Moses down a little bit, but maybe a little too late, Cam.
Next week, the Monday Night Crew is back. 2-6 Jacksonville. They are desperate. They got off to a hot start this season. They're trying to turn it around. They've been losing a lot of close ones lately, and they will host the DC Dragons as Justin Williams will clean this game up and burn Portland's last time out. That's game, set, and match there. But the DC Dragons coming to town. They are 4-4, nestled in that 10-11 spot right now. And Jacksonville playing for their season. Look, a 6-6 team, very much alive. It's a must-win game for Jacksonville. It's going to be a good one next Monday.
Yeah, Jacksonville Kings, my original team. They've been struggling over the past couple of seasons, and like I said, started out hot, struggled the past few weeks. Man, it would be good to see those guys get back on track, but it should be a great game between the Jacksonville Kings and the DC Dragons.
Arizona's going to get the win, and Eddie Gage Zim for a $10 super chat. Arizona, I love y'all. Game ball to hashtag the Red Sea, and Iverson Gamble for playing great defense in the open field. I couldn't agree more, Mike. I don't know. I mean, 11 solo tackles for Gamble at free safety. He was pretty impressive. I think I'm going to give him player of the game, man. I really do. He was incredible. Maybe Ashley Jackson, she played great too. Moses is the obvious choice, but I try not to be so obvious.
Yeah, Moses would be the obvious choice, but yeah, I think I have to agree with you. This defense really set the tone for what the offense was able to do, as far as nullifying what Portland did on offense. They really didn't get a passing game going at all. So I have to agree with you. Iverson Gamble definitely will get my game ball tonight.
Thank you, Mike. It's good to have you back. We hope to have you back, excuse me, a few more times here this season, and it was a great one. Thank you, Gerald Smith and Stephen Hacker in the stats truck. Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk, we're going to go right to you at zeros, since all the stats on the screen are not going to they're not going to be totally accurate for us this evening after the split game here over the last couple of nights. Thanks everyone for hanging with us, and holy heck, we finally finished week 10 28-13. That is your winner, and that is your final. Arizona wins the ball game over Portland and drops them to 4-5. Arizona improving to 6-3. Over to you, Chris and Tyler, to wrap us up.
All right, week 10 officially in the books as Arizona comes out on top with a 15-point deficit over the Portland Fleet. Tyler Falk, Chris Curtis with you in the APM Music postgame show. And, this was kind of more of a continuation of what we saw in the first half, Tyler. Although Portland did have some bright spots, it did not really stay that way. Arizona could have stayed home and still won this game in the second half.
24 hours and 2 minutes since the announcement that this game would have to be moved till tonight. We saw a lot of the same thing we saw last night. Arizona dominating on defense. It was feed Moses the ball, wash, rinse, repeat. And that's exactly what Arizona had to do. The defense was smothering. It was dynamic. It was prolific. It was punctuated, especially in two critical late game drives. The defense would not be broken. They would bend and bend. They'd allow 2 field goals, but they would not allow anything more than that. It is a testament to how well and how good of a coach Eddie Gage is, especially on the defensive side of the ball. He's got something cooking. They're 6-4 and look to be firmly in the driver's seat for that West Division.
Yeah, and even the games that they've lost have not been big time losses. I mean, for the most part, the 6-4 looks, or 6-3 now, I think is what they are. They're cooking in a way that we've seen Arizona cook when they've gotten to championship games in the past, which was the last 2 seasons. So that very well could be where they end up at the end of this one. All told, they're on a bit of a roll, no doubt about that. Then we talk about Portland. Portland is getting to the point, to Mike St. Green and Cameron's point earlier. They're getting to the point where they're going to have to be biting their nails at this point on the last day of the regular season, figuring out if they're going to be able to get in or not. Right now, they before this game started, they're in. Now that this game is done, might not be so much, as there may be some teams that'll leapfrog them.
And the thing for me is, here's the main difference for me between these two styles of offense, because in all seriousness, they're almost the same exact offense. You have 2 running backs, one for either side, that are so good that you have to give them the football. And then the main difference for me is the quarterback play. Cyrus Jive just doesn't have the experience that Ashley Jackson does, and so he's not able to fully complement Ezekiel Love when the time is right. Cyrus Jive is, for the last third of the season for Portland, last 3 games for him, Portland is going to have to say to Ezekiel Love, in order for us to win games, we either need to really just rely on you and you have to carry us this entire rest of the way, or we got to start throwing the football more. And I think right now it might be too late to change that for Portland. I think they're stuck. Portland is stuck having to give the ball to Love, and it's going to eventually lead to who knows what. Biting the nails. Might want to start crossing some fingers, knocking on some wood, maybe patching up some holes in that hull of a battleship they have right now, because right now it's not looking good. They're behind the 8 ball. They're under 500, 4-5. They are chasing Vancouver and chasing Seattle for that Pacific Division. Unless Seattle slips up, it's already too late for Portland. This was the final chance for them to really make a late dash for that Pacific title. Now they're just hoping for a wild card.
Pardon the pun, but I like it. They're chasing the dragon. DC jumps ahead of them in the playoff scenarios right now by a half game as well. So that's something that they have to work towards. There's a lot of football left to be played. Still 4 weeks to the regular season, so we're not going to write them off just yet. No team mathematically eliminated. That means you, Mexico City, you are not out of it just yet. But the clock is definitely ticking. That said, we are just less than 72 hours away from Week 11 getting started on Friday this week. So set your calendars, set your alarms for that. And Week 10 is officially in the rear view mirror. For Tyler Falk, Cameron Irvine, and Mike St. Green, along with our stats guys, I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from the Monday/Tuesday Night Spectacular crew. We'll see you in just a couple days for Week 11.